Alright, so I've been saying that having a vision is one of the easiest things ever. And then I quickly realized that actually it is easy, but not so very many people do have their own personal vision or mission statements written down. But the crux of the discussion in this podcast, especially in this series, is not necessarily acquiring a vision. I think anyone can do that. You can acquire a vision, and there are very many ways you can be able to acquire a vision. Actually, you can go to Google and you can Google, how can I get a vision? How can I download a vision? You get links to websites, links to motivational speakers, links to life coaches, and there's a galore. There's just links galore that can help you to acquire a vision. But the crux of the matter, and by the way, I'm going to come back at the end of this series and I'm going to share how you can create your own personal vision. But the crux of this series is this: what do you do after the vision has come? I think that's where the issue is. That's where the rubber meets the road. And I want us to discuss that in the next several episodes. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
Talk about an individual, talk about a country, talk about a company, talk about any multi-billion, multinational, whatever it is. Talk about the success of all these things. You will never have those things attained. You will never have success achieved or attained without there being any semblance of a vision. It is paramount to have a vision in order to become successful. The vision basically pulls and pulls you towards it. It pushes and pulls you towards it until it is accomplished. It is some kind of software, so to speak, for success. It is some kind of the invisible force that makes people wake up when others are asleep. It makes people sleep late when others are sleeping. It makes people go out and run in the rain when others are cuddling in bed. It makes people go without food when others are looking for food. It makes people do crazy things because of a vision. And I know that this man called Viktor Frankl, he said that success is not something that you pursue. It's something that ensues as a byproduct of pursuing something larger and something greater than yourself. That's the power of a vision. So what I'm saying in these episodes is that vision is easy to materialize. It is easy for you to come to that level where you can write down what your vision or what your mission in life is. It is easy to crystallize those things. It takes some time to crystallize, but that's the beginning of the journey. That's where the journey begins. That's where the rubber meets the road. Now light has come into your life. Now you know what direction that you need to take. Now you have some kind of urgency that you're supposed to use in your life to do whatever it is that you must do. Because vision compels you. Vision does not, treat you with the, gloves and so on. It compels you. It behooves you to do stuff because you have a vision. It's basically like someone who has become pregnant. You cannot live the same way. You cannot drink the same things you drink because you become pregnant, because there's something else growing up inside of you. So you behave differently, you speak differently, you act differently because of that vision that is inside of you. So that's the same thing. That vision changes the way you do stuff. But the biggest problem we have is people thinking that the moment I know my vision, And I used to be in that group. The Lord God, the moment I know my vision, the moment you tell me why I was born, the moment I know my vision, it's going to be fine. It's going to be, all things are going to be, falling in place. Let me tell you, it is not necessarily so. It's the same lie that people normally tell, Christians especially normally tell, that come to Jesus and everything about your life is going to be fine. You're not going to have any problems. Liar. The point is that once you have your vision in place, you now have direction. You now have a point of reference regarding where you're going in the future, regarding how you're supposed to behave towards where you're going, regarding how you're supposed to fill yourself with capacity, empower yourself accordingly to fend for that vision until it is done. But what you do from that moment on is what is most important. And I want us to talk about what those things you're going to be doing, maybe starting in the next episode. But I wanted you to know this, that knowing your vision is the beginning point. It's the opening the door. But it is not it. There is so much more that can be done. I mean, you are like 100 times better than someone who doesn't have a vision. But I can tell you this, that the guy who doesn't have a vision and does some of these things we're going to discuss is 1,000 times better than you, who has a vision and you're doing absolutely nothing about it. So these things, they complement one another. And the guy who has a vision and also takes action is 10,000 times better than the guy who doesn't have a vision and takes action. They complement one another. You gotta have the full package. You gotta have the both wings of the thing, the action and the vision. And so, once you realize that you have a vision, what happens next? You need to realize that your vision will not work for you if you don't work it. That it goes without saying. Come to Jesus, every problem is going to disappear. It's a lie. You are still supposed to wake up. You're still supposed to fend for yourself. You're still supposed to do some things. So you wake up, you get a vision and realize one thing: I have to work this vision out. It is not going to mature itself. It's not going to grow itself. It's not going to bring itself to fruition. I am responsible for it. I have got to sweat for it. Blood, sweat and tears. That's what Churchill did. He had a vision of conquering Hitler. And the vision wasn't enough. He had to put in blood, sweat and tears for it to be able to work. So your vision will not work if you do not work it out. That's it. And secondly, you need to realize that your vision will not guarantee you bliss. I've already talked about that. Having a vision is a brilliant thing. It's a good thing because it gives light into your life, but it doesn't necessarily bring bliss with it. In fact, if anything, it's the opposite. It now compels you. Now you're constricted. Now you have urgency. Now you realize that you need much more time. You need much more resources. You need much more networks. There is no bliss in there until this vision starts becoming something that is moving and is becoming a fruition. That's when bliss starts coming. Like Frankl said, success is not something that you pursue. It is something you attain as a byproduct of pursuing the vision. So your vision will guarantee you bliss. Just being born again does not give you immunity from trouble. Coming to Jesus doesn't give you, immunity from trouble. The third thing you need to realize is this, that your vision will not immediately come to fruition. Just the fact that you have vision doesn't mean that tomorrow it's going to, voila, it's not a mushroom. Vision is for the end. The scriptures tell us this thing, that even though the vision delays, it's going to delay. That's one of the biggest characteristics of a vision. It delays. It delays. It is like planting a mango tree vis-a-vis planting mushrooms. Mushrooms is like the action that you just take on a daily basis, maybe the milestone. But a mango tree is going to take some time. It's like the Chinese bamboo takes some time, 4 years to sprout out of the ground. Vision is going to take time. It's going to take time. And this is the biggest problem I see with people. People get a vision, and it might be really the downloaded vision from their lives, but then 3 years down the line, they give up on the vision. They walk away. You need to realize that vision is for the long term. That's the second characteristic of the vision. It's the long term. It doesn't happen tomorrow. It's for a long term. Vision is longer than mission. Mission is now, here, now. Values are what are inside of it, that what are propelling, but vision is for the end. The Bible says, even though it delays, wait for it. So you need to realize that beforehand, that once I've downloaded my vision, it's not necessarily going to come to fruition tomorrow. I've got to be patient. Patient doing what? Working the vision out. At times you're working the vision out and it goes even into the negatives. You see, it's like there is no progress being seen. The pain is still there. You started running and the pain is still there. The physical body you're looking for is nowhere near. In fact, you're feeling like you're the worst from the time you began. You feel like you're losing ground. That is the characteristic of a vision. That is part and parcel of vision. It delays. And even when it delays, it can discourage you. But we're being told that even though it delays, wait for it. Your vision will not immediately come to fruition. You need to realize also that your vision will create in you some serious doubts. I kid you not. Whether you are going to do the right thing or not. I mean, you're even going to doubt, by the way, am I even doing the right thing? The fact that you have vision does not necessarily mean that this thing is sealed in your spirit and in your heart. You're going to doubt it. How many times have I doubted my vision? Like I told you in the previous episodes, that there's some guy who was saying on Facebook, when is it that we're going to stop following our bliss and following our passion and start doing things that bring real money on the table? You're going to doubt it. John the Baptist sent messengers to Jesus Christ and asked, are you the one? And it's this very same John the Baptist who said, this is the one. Follow him, he is the one. But then he started doubting. My point is that you're going to come to that level. You'll be afforded many opportunities, countless opportunities to doubt the very vision that you've birthed. It is going to be part of the process of paying the price of the fruition of the vision. And even though that happens, it is up to you to stay with it. This is another problem. People, when they doubt the vision, the gray areas are there. There is opportunity for you to not to see anything coming. You dump the whole thing, throw the baby with the bathwater, and you walk away from the vision. My point is, when you're walking away from a vision, where are you going? What are you dedicating the rest of your life to? So realize beforehand that just having the vision doesn't mean that it's going to be sealed, signed, and delivered in your spirit and in your heart. There will be many opportunities for you to doubt it. But don't. Stick with it. Stick with it. Stick with it. Another thing about your vision is that you realize that your vision will make you to question the rationale of pursuing it. And miss on a quick dollar here and there. The same thing I was talking about. This guy was saying, when are we going to stop pursuing our vision so that we can make a quick buck? He's going to make, there are very many opportunities for making a quick buck. But you're saying no to that opportunity so that you can follow your vision. Everybody else is running to sell quail eggs. Everyone else is running to sell, to do forex trading. Everyone else is running to do a pyramid scheme here and there. But you are stuck with your vision. And they're looking at you like, what is wrong with this guy? And it comes to a level where you can even question the rationale. I don't have food on the table. School fees is not being paid. Kids are being chased from school. And I'm here stuck with a vision. What am I doing? You've got to balance that situation. That scenario has got to be balanced in your spirit, even as you're pursuing your vision. It will make you to question the rationale of pursuing it and miss on an opportunity to get a quick buck here and there, especially when you are in dire situations, in dire consequences, when you are immediately pressed for a need to be fulfilled. And finally, not even finally, you're also going to realize that your vision will give you an opportunity to trade off. Yet just two parts. One, pursue it or postpone it. I have realized that every time I postponed it, I lost time, whatever I gained off. Whatever it is that I thought I was going to gain from the trade-off of postponing, I always lost it. But the vision is going to give you that opportunity to postpone or to pursue. To go for it right now or to pursue. It's going to give you those opportunities. You need to realize that. And that's what we're calling shiny objects in life. Looking for comfort, speaking to your comfort, or pursuing the vision at the end of the day. And then you go to realize this thing. Your vision will alienate you. I've already talked about that. It will alienate you. When you are pursuing a vision, people are not going to understand you. I have a friend whose relatives do not even understand what exactly she is up to. But that's a vision, she's stuck with it. That is another characteristic of a vision. People will alienate you because they don't get you. Let me tell you something. Vision is not supposed to galvanize everyone. It's not supposed to bring everyone to the table. Some people are supposed to misunderstand you. In fact, to the degree that you're misunderstood, to that degree you're clear about your vision. And I know that sounds very theoretical, but it is true. And then you need to realize this thing, that your vision will attract new people. Few of them, not very many. Your vision will attract very few people, but new people who will join ranks and join arms together with you because they have seen something in their spirits and in their hearts. They have seen something about this vision. They are resonating with that vision. You're going to realize that. And let me tell you, when it comes to vision, you only need one person to agree with you. One is a crowd. One is a majority. One supporter with a vision is a majority. Finally, you'll find that there is someone who might be doing exactly what you've started to do. When you come to your vision, you realize that, they are also teaching about purpose. Not just one, not just two. And then you start feeling confused that, am I a phony guy? Am I plagiarizing what these guys are doing? What am I going to do about it? Let me tell you, as long as it is in your spirit, it's in your heart, you need to pursue that vision. So we're going to start discussing in the next episodes what exactly you're supposed to do once you've downloaded the vision. And I know I've already talked about those things that you're going to realize coming into your life. But starting tomorrow, let us talk about what exactly you will do when you have the vision in your lap. Stay tuned. A special shout out to my mentor Jeffrey Howard of Visionary Business University, found at mastermindmentor.com, who has graciously provided me with the soundtrack and the introductory track to this podcast. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.